Hi, and welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us again for Workforce Readiness. So today we're going to talk about the top job search websites. And job search websites are a very big component of searching for jobs nowadays. And so today we're going to talk about some of the top ones, some of the top websites that you could work with to find your next job. And we're going to also talk about some of the pros and cons of these websites. So thank you for joining us again. And I'm glad that you're here with us for another week. And we're going to go ahead and kick this session off. Okay, so um, there you go. So this slide is a really good diagram that talks about the job search process. Um, So as you can see, we have research jobs, and that's one of the main components of searching for a new job, right? So we have write and tweak your resume. So we've done several week ago. We did a bit of a tweaking and writing of our resumes and also cover letters. Then we have apply, uh, practice, prepare, attend interview, follow up, and accept the offer. When you're working with online websites to find your next job, um, it's really going to help you with the research component and also the apply component. Because nowadays, most of the online websites allow you to conduct free research, and they also allow you to apply online very easily. So getting to know these online websites really help you with many components of the job search process and also the career development process. So you're going to notice that some websites, they also have features and also services where they help you develop yourself professionally, and they may also have services where they help you by providing blogs or information pieces about how to improve various parts of your career. So this talk and talking about the online websites that help you uh, find jobs will help you with many aspects of your job search process. So as you can see, the internet has revolutionized the job search process. It allows applicants to search for jobs around the world, and it also is kind of like the modern equivalent of classified ads. They compile and list available telecommute and remote and local openings. And so, if you could think back to the days where we have to look at classifieds to find jobs, it's kind of the same thing. Okay, so much like you could search for something online, you could also search for jobs in the newspaper classifieds. So classifieds are still a very big component of searching for jobs. But it just so happens that nowadays, with technology being the way so widespread, online databases are a little bit more inclusive of all these different opportunities. Okay, so when looking for jobs, the internet does most of the work for you. If you're familiar with helpful tools and resources, you're going to see that some of these websites that we talk about today, they have a variety of tools that you could use, and you could use them to uh, to really help get your resume out there and also apply for positions. Also, millions of listings and additional resources like career coaching, resume tailoring, and blog posts full of helpful tips using a job website is one of the best and most efficient ways to search and apply for dozens of opportunities. Okay, so it's a really good opportunity, and it's good to know about many different websites that are available to you at your fingertips. So some of the reasons to search online for jobs. So you could find your dream job, and so that's one of the most important ones, right? So when you're searching online, you could conduct multiple searches, and you could search different key terms. You could search different companies, and you could just browse through all the many opportunities that are out there for you. You could browse for telecommute work. You could browse for in-person work, office work, what have you. And so being able to browse through the many positions that are available online really give you that opportunity of finding that dream job. Okay, so that's one of the big parts of searching online. In addition to that, you can also research different potential employers. You could see what the reviews of past employees or current employees have been and see what type of experience you may have if you go work at a location. Okay, so there's some websites that are dedicated completely to giving workers or former employees or employees the opportunity to write about their experiences. And so you could take a look at their experiences and see whether the pay was fair, whether the environment was enjoyable to work at, and what their general impressions were of the job. So that's one of the most effective things that you could do by searching online. You could apply also directly online. So that's one of the big benefits. Okay, so since you could do that, it's very easy to just apply to 10 positions in a day. And so it makes it very easy for you to kind of search online and then apply for different positions very rapidly. And so when you are considering setting out your resume, you may want to kind of keep an eye on the type of positions that you're applying for and see how you could just generally make your resume applicable to all these positions. Okay, so sometimes it's not beneficial for you to have a very general resume because, of course, you want it to stand out. But if you are applying to all like certain types of positions, you can think of ways that you could kind of streamline your resume so you could share it with other people and have it still be applicable. Okay, so keep that in mind. So searching online allows you to um, apply to many different positions in a very rapid pace. And so just whenever you send out your resume, just make sure it's accurate and that it has information that you want to share with that employer. You can also compare salaries. And so for example, if you're looking for a certain position and you have different companies, you could see which company pays you better. And so you could kind of take a look at the salaries that they're being offered and see if the salary is attractive to you, if it's a great deal in your career, and you could help, that could help you market around and take a look at different salaries and see what type of benefits you could get. Because aside from salaries, benefits are very important as well. And then also vacation time, and then also other aspects of the job, you could kind of shop around and cross compare. So that's one of the big benefits of searching online. So having online searches available nowadays makes it extremely easy to just kind of cross compare different jobs and see which one fits you best. And then finally, you can market yourself by tapping into social media. So there's some social media websites that are geared towards helping you search online and also network with other people online. So you could use social media websites like LinkedIn, so you could maybe interact with some people from different companies and different careers and see how you could maybe communicate with these people and maybe ask them a couple of questions on how to break through in that career. Okay, so there's a lot of really, really good resources when it comes to searching online. And so that's one of the big benefits of being able to do that. So you may ask yourself, how do you use these websites? And so it might take some time for you to get used to these websites and get to take a look at all the different features and all the different resources that they have to offer. But generally, the way that these websites work, at least the ones that we're going to talk about today, are that most job sites are free to browse. And so simply type in your desired job title and your zip code to search for opportunities in your area. And it's going to return with some sort of result. And it's free to take a look at the different positions that are available and the different listings. And that's why it's so accessible. So it's free to browse. Okay, so from there, these websites may ask you to obtain like a login account and a profile. And usually all the information that you type into those profiles, they help you apply for positions in the future. And so they kind of help, you can anticipate that they're going to ask you to include your first name, last name, contact information, and they may also ask you to upload your resume or cover letter. And by doing this, it makes it easier for you to kind of like push out those resumes whenever you see a good position that's available to you. Okay, so there's also no guarantee in that you're gonna be successful in securing a position. So although these websites are very helpful, they can't guarantee that you're gonna get a position. So you may have to just kind of be proactive, and you may have to just kind of browse on a daily basis and see how you could maybe find that perfect fit of a job. Okay. And so once you've applied for a job through a job site, the hiring manager will review your information and reach out to you if interested. So if you send out your resume to a job, the hiring manager from that company will most likely review your resume, and they'll reach out to you if they're interested, if they feel that you would be a good fit. Okay, so you can anticipate that. And they may reach out to you through telephone or through email. It all depends, but they'll reach out to you. Okay. So here are the main websites that we're going to talk about today. And so as you can see, there's a couple really good websites out there. And these are just very few of the websites, but these are the most popular websites that are out there. Okay, so best overall, we have Indeed.com, and Indeed.com is a very nice website that allows you to do what we were just talking about. So it allows you to search through many different jobs and take a look at different positions. It's free to use, it's free to research, and you could also create a login, and you could also apply for positions in a very rapid pace. So Indeed is one of those websites that is just like one of the main ones that you should know about, and most likely one of the main ones that you should maybe use when you're searching for a job. The second best, or the runner-up, best overall, is Monster.com. And Monster has been around for several generations now. It's one of the same one of the best ones to use. And much like Indeed, it also allows you to browse for free different listings. And it also allows you to create a login so you could send out resumes in a really fast pace as well. For best for employer research, and so this means that this website will allow you to research employers. So there's a website called Glassdoor.com, and with Glassdoor.com, you'll be able to browse different employers and see if anyone has written any reviews of working there. And so sometimes you may find very helpful reviews that will give you a good idea of what it's like to work there. So, for example, they may say, "I really enjoyed working there," or "I thought the pay was fair," or "I thought the benefits were fair too." And so, it's really helpful to take a look at those Glassdoor uh, reviews so that you get a good idea of what it's like to work there. Okay, so best for remote jobs, it's a website called Flex Jobs. And so we'll take a look at some of the pros and cons of using that. But if you're really interested in working on remote jobs, so working from home, doing telecommuting, Flex Job would be your best bet for that. And then best for experienced managers, we have a website called Ladders. And so with Ladders, it's a website that's really geared towards experienced managers. And so if you want to find a position as a manager, and since it's a manager position, it's usually a little bit higher pay. You could take a look at Ladders, and that could be something that you could use to find different listings and see if something fits you. Okay. Best for connecting directly with recruiters, and so that would be LinkedIn.com. So LinkedIn is a really nice social media website that allows you to create your profile and it also allows you to befriend other people and create connections and network and send people instant messages and comment on their posts. And actually, you could put your own posts as well. So it exactly functions as a social media website, and you could very easily and for free get a login for that and create your profile for yourself. It also helps getting your in marketing yourself. So if you're trying to get out there and you're trying to network with other people, you're trying to befriend people in a certain industry, it would be a good idea for you to maybe get a LinkedIn account. LinkedIn also has a paid version that will give you more benefits, and so it'll give you the opportunity to have more features, and it'll connect you with some recruiters. But just in general, you could also just get the free version and still benefit from it a lot. And then finally, best for hourly workers, it's a website called snagajob.com. Okay, so we're going to take a look at some of these and see the benefits, the pros and cons. So we have Indeed.com first. And so one of the pros is that it's free for job seekers. It has a lot of jobs to look through. So it usually has 10 new jobs per second. So as you can see, it's a really good repository of all these different jobs. And employers are just using Indeed at a very fast pace. So whenever they want to reach out to people and they want to advertise, most likely they're going to go to Indeed and get their posting out there so people could pay attention and apply for their position. Okay, so it also provides salary information and company reviews, which is really good. So instead of having to look at glassdoor.com, you could get a glimpse of some of the reviews here on Indeed. Okay, so one of the cons, a couple of the cons of Indeed is that it's a high competition for jobs. So as you can imagine, there's a lot of people out there and they're all looking for jobs. And they may make Indeed their main source of jobs, and so they're going to be there on a daily basis. So there's a high competition for jobs. So if you send out your resume, you want to make sure that the resume is going to really show you in your best light, and it's going to really, and you want to make sure that it's really polished so that you could get these job interviews and at least get your foot in the door. And then also some of the cons is that job postings are sometimes outdated. So when you apply for a position, you may want to take a look at the date and see how outdated it is. So in a world where Indeed is very high competition, if a job is about perhaps maybe 3 weeks old, you can imagine that within those 3 weeks, a lot of people applied for that position. So the chances of getting someone's attention may be a little bit harder as opposed to the job postings that were just done immediately, like that same day or that same hour. Okay, so you always have to keep that in mind. There's a lot of listings on Indeed, so applying for the older ones may already be too late, but you could always take that chance and send your resume in. So it doesn't hurt. Okay, but you have to keep in mind that there's high competition and job postings are sometimes outdated. So just keep that in mind. So then we have a Monster. So Monster, some of the pros that we have with Monster is that it's free for job seekers. You can apply to some jobs without an account. Jobs for entry level and experienced backgrounds are available. And some of the cons are that there's fewer job search filters, and so there's less ability for you to filter through jobs. The salaries are not always listed, and then also employers can't post jobs for free. Okay, so if you're an employer and you're looking for someone, you won't be able to post your job for free, but you're going to have to pay for it. So as people that are looking for jobs, we really don't get involved with that decision so much, but for employers, they have to pay to get their advertisements out there and their listings out there. So Glassdoor.com. So with Glassdoor, it's free for job seekers, which is always good. It's easy to see salary and employer information. Many employee reviews of companies are available here as well. Okay, so some of the cons is that the profile building features are a bit lacking, and employee reviews can be positively or negatively balanced. Biased. Okay, so you may want to keep an eye and take these reviews with a grain of salt. And that means that you're never quite sure if the employee reviews are actually accurate or if the people were just a little bit biased. So it's hard to tell sometimes. But in the work environment, you may have times where people had a negative experience and they left the company because they disagreed with something, or maybe they just had to end their working agreement with that company because just something wasn't matching or vibing. And so you always have to take employee reviews a little bit with a grain of salt. Okay, so but still, it's good to review them and see what type of experiences other people have had with that job. Flex jobs. With flex jobs, some of the pros and cons. Flex jobs specializes in flexible work for freelancers. And so if you are a freelancer, meaning that you only take here and there a couple of jobs, maybe you're a photographer, maybe you do other just freelance work. Maybe you're a writer and you do freelance writing. You could probably browse through the flex jobs and see if anything is there for you, if anything interests you. Okay, so another pro is that its listings are professionally vetted and access to exclusive deals as well. Cons are that no free option for free trial, so you most likely have to pay for it, and not all listed jobs are exclusive. Okay, so it's still worth a browse. So if you're looking for a short-term freelance type of work, you can take a look at flex jobs. Next, we're taking a look at ladders. And so ladders has a couple of pros and cons. So some of the pros are that the job listings are vetted. Positions all pay at least $100,000 per year. So they really focus on that niche market, that higher paying position. Basic membership is free, and there's more advanced membership that you have to pay for. So some of the cons are that some listings require a paid subscription to apply, and also some listings aren't categorized correctly or are expired. And so as you can imagine, there's some pros and cons to ladders, but generally, if you're interested in applying for a position that is managerial or is at least at a higher pay level, you may want to take a look at ladders and see if it's appropriate for you, if you like it. Okay, so that doesn't mean that Indeed or Monster will not have jobs that are paying that amount, but it just means that ladder really focuses on managerial positions, higher level positions. Okay, so you can always take a look at that. Finally, LinkedIn. LinkedIn also has job listings, also allows you to function as a social media website. It used to be owned by LinkedIn, but since then it's been acquired by Microsoft. And so LinkedIn not only has uh, the ability to look at different listings, but it also has credentials and training opportunities. It also has blogs that can help you build your career. It also gives you the opportunity to network with other people and to add people into your network. And it also allows you to add posts on a daily basis and just get your name out there. So LinkedIn is a really nice website to help market yourself. So if you're looking to market yourself and to put your resume out there, LinkedIn is a good location. on the profile that you'll create for yourself in LinkedIn, it's going to ask you to add just like some brief descriptions about yourself. It's also going to ask you to add your past job experiences. And so whenever you log into LinkedIn, it becomes like a little resume. Like there's a little resume on there, and people could browse through your resume and see what type of experiences you've had. So much like you could add to your LinkedIn this information, some of your coworkers will also add things, or some of your colleagues may also add things to LinkedIn, and you could take a look at their past experiences. And so it's possible for recruiters to reach out to you if they feel that you have the qualifications, and you could possibly get some contacts and get reached and get contacted because you have certain skills or certain experiences. So pros are that it's great for networking. It's easy to find and contact recruiters and managers. It's easy to show off previous employment and accomplishments. And cons are that there could be many spam or scam messages. And so when searching through jobs, you always have to keep in mind some of these spam and scam messages. So just be cautious. Some postings are filled or expired. That's also a con. And also, best job searching features are reserved for premium membership, which means that you may have to pay to get the higher level or premium uh, membership for LinkedIn. But usually, premium memberships, they also come with other goodies. Like it also may come with the opportunity for you to train. And so there's like training videos online that would help you get the nuts and bolts of how to use different websites and also different software. Okay, once you complete that software, it also gives you like this little badge that you can add to your profile, and it serves as like like proof that you obtained a certain skill. So it's pretty interesting. Finally, we have Snagit. So pros and cons of Snagit are that it's free for job seekers, large amount of job listings. There's urgent jobs as well that can be good for picking up quick work. And there are certain cons, mainly consisting of many advertisements, and some users complain about spam. Okay, so snag a job, mainly good for situations where you want to get a quick job and find quick work. So it's you could take a look at snag a job and see if there's anything there that interests you. So with that, I also wanted to just kind of remind you that don't forget about the many other websites that are out there as well. So on the internet, there are tons of websites out there. And so if you find yourself in a specialized field, you can ask around to see what the best website is to find jobs, what the best location is for you to find the hottest jobs in your field. And so in addition, some employers may have their own websites. And so if you know of an employer, they may have their own website that they want you to apply through. And so you may want to just go onto their website, see their postings, and also see what opportunities they have to offer. Here are some that are more specialized. So I included here a couple of job sites that are more specialized. So there's governmentjobs.com, which is perfect for local government jobs. So if you're looking to find a job at a county or at a city or a local government, a special district or something, you could take a look at governmentjobs.com and see if there's anything there. If you're interested in federal jobs, you can take a look at usajobs.gov, and they'll have a listing of all the federal jobs that are available to you. If you're interested in community college work, there's also the ccregistry.org/jobs index.aspx, and that'll give you a location where you could browse through the many different community college jobs. So much like right here, you see that there's local government, federal jobs, community college jobs. There's other websites that are out there that are specialized to certain fields that you could use to find those jobs. in that career that you're looking for. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this for this uh, that's pretty much it for this presentation. So I hope that you enjoyed it. I encourage you to take a look at the different websites that we talked about today and see what's out there for you. And also, when you're browsing through these websites, make sure you take a look at the different resources that they have available for you so you can also keep on building your career and keep on growing as a professional. Okay, so best of luck and thank you for joining us today.